her sheer hubris that she presented to Ant-Man in that scene, like, what are you doing? You've quit. You're not doing anything anymore. Like, you're not helping anybody. Everybody always needs help. It's like, bruh, this man literally just saved the entire universe. Like, this dude just brought back trillions of beings from the dead. Okay? I think he's got a pass for the rest of his life. The other day I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and there were 3 things I didn't like about the movie. But instead of just crap on this movie and give you all the stuff I didn't like, I want to also give you 3 things that I did like. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 good things that I liked, and then we'll get into 3 of the bad things that I seriously disliked about this movie. My first one is Kang. Obviously, Kang was incredible. He's probably one of the most memorable villains in the MCU in quite some time. I really enjoyed Jonathan Majors as the one who was left or whatever from the Loki show. And I thought he did a really good job in this role, and I was super excited to see more of him in this movie, and he is the standout. Without Kang in this movie, oh my gosh, this would just be like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Kang did a great job. He's menacing. Jonathan shows that he can play this character a bunch of different ways, just from the end credits scene, from how he played him in Loki and in this movie as well. And it actually gives me hope for the future of the MCU to know that there's a really good bad guy for the future that we can probably look forward to. That really kind of gave me a little bit of hope for the MCU as a whole, even though I thought this movie was mid, right? It wasn't really that good. Obviously, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang is my second pick. He just does a really fantastic job, as always, in this role. He's always been one of my favorite MCU heroes, actually, and he just continues his sun run towards, building out a really good character in the MCU. The third thing I liked about this movie were some of the sequences. In particular, I liked the sequence where he was trying to shrink Kang's energy device back down to what it should have been. I thought that was just a really interesting, mind-bending type of a scene. And it's something that you kind of come to expect a little bit from Ant-Man, because the first couple movies for me were kind of mind-bending in a weird way, kind of like the Doctor Strange movies. And for Ant-Man to kind of, spoilers here, for Ant-Man to kind of multiply and have to deal with so many versions of himself was a really crazy type of hell I wasn't expecting to see in this movie. Okay, so let's get to the things that I didn't like. Okay. All right. Number 1, the Wasp. I just don't understand why there's just no chemistry between this character and Paul Rudd, right? I forget I forgot what her name was. In the movie, her name is Hope. I forgot what her name was. Okay. But it's Evangeline Lilly, right? And I think she's a great actress. I just don't really feel that, that love between her and Ant-Man. And it just falls directly flat on its face. And to separate them throughout so much of the movie, I understand that Hope is really connected to her father and her mother, who just came back from the quantum realm. I get that. But at the same time, Ant-Man and her share this romance. You would think that they'd probably give some more time to those two characters. And I just felt like they didn't really pay that off super well. Yeah, I didn't think much of her character in this movie, unfortunately. Okay, the second thing I did not like was his daughter. I forget her name too. What's her name? Yeah, it's Cassie. Okay, so no shade towards the actress who played Cassie, obviously. The scene that lost me, she lost me pretty quick. The ride back in the car from jail was really weird. I just thought that she was just showcasing a lot of just arrogance, and it didn't make me like her character at all. There was just absolutely no remorse for what she had done. And she kind of took subtle jabs at, her father in the car. And then obviously when they got and sat down at the dinner table to talk, I just felt like her sheer hubris that she presented to Ant-Man in that scene. Like, what are you doing? You've quit. You're not doing anything anymore. Like, you're not helping anybody. Everybody always needs help. It's like, bruh, this man literally just saved the entire universe. Like, this dude just brought back trillions of beings from the dead. Okay? I think he's got to pass for the rest of his life. I don't think he's got to do anything for the rest of his life, okay? Like, the arrogance that she displayed in that scene, I just don't understand what the writers were thinking there. Like, do you think I'm going to like her character more when she, like, craps on the guy that I came to see or the hero of the movie? Like, and that's his arc, right? I mean, that's Ant-Man's arc. She kind of has a point, right? She kind of has a little bit of a point. Like, you know, we can't just stop living our lives. We got to try to continue to, you know, do good for people and help people. But like, bruh, this guy earned it. This guy earned like a life of just chilling, writing books, reading the books to people at bookstores and kids and all that kind of stuff. Like, he deserves that. And so Cassie, for me, like, immediately got off on the wrong foot. And I just like didn't care for her character that much in this movie. I didn't care for like her motivation of like trying to help other people, and like, you know, if somebody can be helped, like, we should help them. Like, I get it. It's a good idea, but I just felt like she was so arrogant and cocky about it that I couldn't even kind of like connect to her character or relate to her character in any meaningful way. So I did like the father-daughter relationship there. I thought they did a pretty good job, like, when they had some good moments together. But when she was just showcasing her arrogance and when Ant-Man was just kind of taking it, I'm just like, I don't, just pass, just get out of here. Like, let's just move on. The third major problem I had with this movie was Kang. Okay, now Kang was awesome in this film. I think they made him menacing. I think they did a lot of great things with his character, and Jonathan Majors just knocked it out of the park. But he should have won. He should have won. And for Ant-Man, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp to beat this guy alone, like, and this guy's gonna be the main villain for the Avengers. Like, a team of Avengers is gonna go up against this dude, and Ant-Man and the Wasp beat him. I just didn't quite understand that. Another thing I didn't quite understand about Kang was, like, if this guy is from like so many different timelines and he has all this technology, how come he doesn't have the Pym particle technology? If he's fought Thor, then he's probably run into Ant-Man in some way in his adventures. Like, why doesn't he have that technology to shrink this huge time machine back down? I didn't quite get that. Like, why does he need Ant-Man when he has all of this incredible technology that has helped him build cities? Like, he never ran into the Pym particle technology before. I don't know. I just didn't think that was really believable. But he should have won in that final fight. He should have, like, he was kicking Ant-Man's behind. And I was like, all right, this is sad, because obviously I like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and I like Ant-Man as a character, but he should have definitely won at the end, because if he wins, then that automatically puts him on this god tier. Well, not this god tier, but it automatically puts him in some level of authority, right? And for him to lose to Ant-Man and the Wasp, like that, they built him up really good. Like, he killed Thor, apparently, you know, the guy with the hammer, he says. But he couldn't even beat Ant-Man. And they missed a golden opportunity to kill Ant-Man in this movie. Like, imagine if Paul Rudd died. You know, imagine if he died in this final scene when he's fighting Ant-Man. I think that would have been a really powerful moment, because it would have, I mean, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm thinking during the fight, he's going to die. Like, he looks like he's going to die, you know? And I was like preparing myself emotionally for that. I was like, oh, I think he, there's a good chance he might die. Like, knowing that Kang is this villain that's going to be in the future, like, there's no way that Kang is going to lose. And if he's not going to lose, and if he's beating Ant-Man to a pulp right now, he's probably going to kill Ant-Man, right? but he didn't. And so I just think that they've missed a golden opportunity there. I know we love Ant-Man so much. I know he's probably going to be in like future, maybe Ant-Man 4, maybe he's going to be in future Avengers movies. I'm not sure. But they missed a golden opportunity to elevate Kang's character even more and us like hating him even more by him defeating and killing Ant-Man. So that's just my opinions, you know. But for me in total, I think that Ant-Man is a solid, like, 3 out of 5 stars, perhaps. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. I loved a lot of things in this movie. A lot of things just turned me off and just didn't work. And so for me, I don't think it deserves the Rotten Tomatoes score that it got, but I also do think that, it wasn't that incredible. So I wonder what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. And let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Real quick, I have a Substack newsletter that's free to subscribe to where I break down popular movies and explain what I think they mean, some of the visual motifs and themes and ideas and messages. I do that every week. It's, obviously it's free, and you can get all of those text-based breakdowns of movies that I do videos on here on my channel. So yeah, hope you go and check that out. The link to sign up is in the description. All right, everybody, bye-bye. Let me know what you thought of this review, and maybe I'll do more in the future. Who knows? Okay, peace out.